Let's bring an author of In Their Voices, Black American on Transracial Adoption, Rhonda Roorda. Rhonda, good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Kyra. How are you?
Good, good, good. Hey, let's talk about this interview, right? Because we've seen so many beautiful multicultural families grow through adoption. I mean, the latest number, right, is 40% of adoptive children are of a different race than their adopted parents. It's such a blessing. But as we heard from Sandra Bullock right there, who's got quite a platform, by the way, it's also challenging. Let's talk about that.
Transracial adoption is bold, it's complex, and it's context tied. This is not an easy journey, particularly for the adoptee. I think when done right and effectively, it can be a powerful experience, a meaningful experience, and an experience that demands integrity.
And, you know, let's talk about just the significance of someone like Sandra Bullock, as I mentioned, that has such a platform, right? She's an Oscar-winning actress. You know, everybody knows her name. And she's opening up about her struggle with this.
And I think Sandra Bullock is experiencing what many white adoptive parents experience. That's the reality that when we adopt these beautiful children, they actually turn into incredible Black and brown men and women in society. And so in the beginning, though the eyes that society may look through may be, oh, your child is cute. As they grow up, they're now seen the same way Black and brown children who are raised in Black and brown families are seen. And there sometimes is a distance, an uncomfortable experience that surrounds that.
You know, we're hearing from Sandra, the parent, but what about the kids, Rhonda? What do the kids tell you about being raised by white parents?
And thanks for asking that question. Children and I would say adoptees in these situations take the biggest hit. None of us asked to be placed in a family that looks different than us. Yet we disproportionately experience identity challenges, loss, trauma. Many of us are pulled from our communities of origin, our original languages, what we feel is comfortable. And somehow we have to cross color lines, social lines, political lines, simply to love our parents. That's a big ask for adoptees. And especially when transracial adoption has been put on a colorblind platform. And when that happens, what we're essentially saying is the child's ethnicity doesn't matter, the child's features don't matter, the child's comfort level doesn't matter, but in most cases, the white parents' comfort level matters. Their political, social, and economic structures matter. And so we have been finding our solutions around a complex issue solely in white spaces. And this is where adoption agencies need to do a more effective job reaching in communities of color and speaking to them across the table. We cannot do this without communities of color. I wouldn't be standing here if it was not for the quiet strength of my godparents in my African American network, my birth relatives, mentors who have quietly told me I'm beautiful, I matter, I have purpose, and who have literally recalled from me the history that I stand on the shoulders of those that come before me, and that we have to give back to our community, we have to know our worth, and we have to know our story.
You know, Final question, and maybe you can also put in your personal touch here too. And forgive me, were you adopted by white parents?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize that. So look at this. I'm learning. I'm learning in the moment. So let me ask you this, Rhonda. Let me ask you. I'm going back 40 years now. Okay, I'm aging myself, but I remember being in, it was a student leadership camp in high school, and there was a student, and she was adopted by white parents. And I remember her breaking down in a, you have these bonding circles, right? And you talk about your lives. And she said, it's really hard for me. My parents are white, I'm black, and I'm trying to figure out how to embrace both cultures, how to embrace my white culture and how to embrace my black culture. And I'd love to know where she is now, 40 years later. But that always stuck with me for all these years. How have you done that? And how do you counsel kids and parents about, you don't have to just be black or white, right? You want to bring it all in. You want to embrace the multicultural part of your life.
Right. And I think that that's where we have to be true to our journey. So we can't start the clock when we become adopted. So I was adopted in a white family with Dutch heritage. Now I'm happy to learn Frisian and Dutch. I love my family in the Netherlands. And that's a part of who I am, and I embrace that. But the clock started way before that, because I carry the narratives of my ancestors. I carry the rhythm and the heartbeat of my mama. I carry the characteristics of my birth father. I carry the passion from my birth family. So if I don't incorporate that into the love I received in my adoptive family, into the lessons I learned within my adoptive family, I am minimizing myself. So it took me decades to finally understand my worth, to finally be able to be in balance with all of who I am. That's a very difficult journey to take, because many times our parents, who are oftentimes white, don't have any black friends, don't have anyone that looks like me at the dinner table. And oftentimes cannot look at them across the table. They want to look down when they really should look up. And so we have to, I think what makes transracial adoptive families successful is when they're humble, when they're flexible, when they lean forward and build incredible, lasting relationships with people that look like their kids. When they can have hard discussions around race and politics. We're heading into the holidays. This is a very uncomfortable time for many adoptees, because we have to sit at a table where we're asked to minimize who we are ethnically, and to make many of our white siblings and our parents and aunts and uncles feel comfortable with who they are. We have to start seeing each other. And when we do that, children can trust their parents to advocate for them, to believe in them, and to walk this long journey of even search and reunion, marriage.
Well, let me tell you what, you are the perfect example of how you have made this work, and bless your parents for just raising you the way they have, Rhonda. Your story's incredible. I hope you have a beautiful holiday. Thank you for being with us.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.